Shaharzad Akbar, who's in Kabul, and she's the chairperson of Afghanistan's Independent Human Rights Commission. Great to have you on the programme. Now, as you hear, Shaharzad, the news about the prisoner release decree, and to quote the president, with 100 prisoners walking out of Afghan jails every day, what are your biggest concerns right now, especially for the victims of these prisoners?
Thank you. The Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission raised a series of questions and concerns about the prisoner exchange on 2nd March. And our questions were raised about prisoners that are held by the Afghan government, but also prisoners held, supposedly held by Taliban. And the questions were regarding victims, due process, but also very importantly, verification of who is being released, and then post-release arrangements, including their integration into the society and communities. Our concerns are about the implications of this decision and lack of accountability and transparency about who these people are, what kinds of crimes they have committed, what happens to issues of justice and the claims and demands and voices of victims, the implications of this also for the larger peace process. If the Afghan government, Taliban and US are not sharing information with public on these important issues at this early stage of the process about something that's this important and has implications for Afghans, what will happen in the next stages? How much transparency will we have? Will this be a true peace deal where people are involved, or will it be a very elite-centered process?
And when you talk about transparency and verification, Ashraf Ghani, he said he will ask prisoners to sign a guarantee that they will not return to the battlefield. Do you believe that? And how could that be enforced?
We have the same question. How could that be enforced? Who is monitoring their commitment to that guarantee post-release? And there is no clear answer on this. There is just, I think the question of guarantee before release was included just to try to respond to some of the concerns the public raised, but not sufficient detail is there for us to really be certain that this guarantee will then be honored and who will be monitoring it.
And, away from the victims of the prisoners, just what is the sense right now in Afghanistan, knowing that so many prisoners, Taliban prisoners, will be on their streets?
The questions of integration back into the communities is very, very important. There's a lot of emotion around this issue, understandably, because of a very long war and conflict and many people being impacted by that conflict. One of the questions that we have asked is how many of these prisoners were specifically held on charges of attacks on causing civilian casualties or attacks on civilians. And so this has also created a wider sense of unease and concern among the public.
Shaharzad Akbar, thank you so much for your thoughts and your time here on TRT World. Really appreciate it.